Yeah. The recreation ground saw a display of sublime running rugby on Saturday with 8 tries run past a helpless Cinderford defence. How happy was the team with that performance?
I know the guys performed really well. We attacked really well and we defended even better probably. When we turn ball over, that's the biggest threat. I think we're turning ball over and we're capable of scoring tries from anywhere. We're scoring long distance tries, short distance tries. The backs are looking really sharp and the forwards are going really well. So really pleased with the way things are going at the moment.
Cinderford squeezed in 2 tries of their own with some solid defensive play around the rucks. Was there any lessons to be learned from the game, or were they just blips against what was one of our best performances so far?
Like I said, I think it was a great performance generally. Fair share of ball, and they kept things tight, and I'd take it that was their game plan, was to keep things tight, and they felt that we were maybe a little vulnerable around the fringes. So that's where they attacked us, and we did defend well on the line. To be fair, the second try was probably 6 inches short, but that's by the by. Maybe they deserved one of them, but that's one of those things when when you're scoring points, you do concede sometimes, and maybe a little of the lapse in our concentration around those areas.
Everyone on the side at the moment seems to develop supreme confidence in their ability to run at the opposition with the ball in hand, including the rampant pack. Where did this aura of invincibility suddenly spring from?
I don't know. It's just like you said. It's just confidence. The guys at 8 or 9 know now. You get on the winning streak and people get more confident. People want the ball in their hands. They want to carry ball. Backs are creating space. The forwards are taking the ball on and making ground. They're going forward. So the game is a whole lot easier when you're going forward rather than going backwards. So it's really good to see the big guys with the ball in their hands, and they're making massive inroads, which is creating lots of space for us backs to run in the tries.
Your own performance really stood out at the weekend. You had a scintillating run from halfway to set up a pretty simple try from upright. And astute tactical kicking in the first half was a key factor in disrupting Cinderford's momentum. How pleased were you with your own efforts?
Obviously I'm pretty pleased. I've come into the job, Scriv's got injured. The coaching staff thought I could do a job at 10, and hopefully I've done that. It's difficult because obviously Scriv's a good player, he's a good friend, but the way we played at the weekend, we said with the wind we're going to go long. We worked a hell of a lot on kick chase last week, and we knew that it was going to be windy at the weekend, and we got our line speed very good, and the kicking just sort of bang it down the middle.
Worked well. As you say, with Scriv's out injured at the moment, you've established yourself as the preferred kicker, and in difficult conditions managed 4 conversions and a penalty. How much work do you do with your kicking practice on a training session?
All of us, to be honest with you. There's Brett Rule, Scrivs and myself all try and get out pretty early on, either before training if we can make it. Darren Chapman's obviously here now, he's putting a lot of time in with us. He's doing a fantastic job. He's really helping us out a lot, not only off the floor but out of hand. And if we can't get in beforehand, like tonight, we stay on afterwards and kick half dozen balls or dozen balls just to keep your eye in. But no, he's doing a really good job and he's working really well with all of us.
You and your brothers all re-signed for Redruth last year, and between Rob and yourself, you've scored 30% of the team's points so far this year. What's behind the Thirlby clan's love affair with the Reds?
No, I mean we came in from a young age. I joined when I was 15 or 16, and Rob was the same. I think we'd come up through Colts, through Blakey, and through his school of tuition, which you either love it or hate it. And we absolutely loved our time. Colts was a fantastic time for us, and the step forward was to come up to seniors. It's always been our sort of local club really, because they've always been sort of probably the biggest club around, because Pirates back then weren't. And now it's just grown, and we love being here. We classify this as our home. As this is the club that we've sort of been born and bred from, really.
What got you into rugby as a kid?
Dad. He played heaps. I mean, even from a young age, I can remember growing up when I was tiny, watching Dad play, and that was the thing we did on the weekends, was watch Dad on the Saturday, and we went to the minis on the Sunday. I started playing when I was like 4 years old. Started running around the pitch with the guys, and just sort of all stems from there, really.
What do you do for a living at the moment?
I'm a glazier at the moment. I do fit double glazed windows, and obviously rugby takes a lot of time as well. But I got a partnership with my father and another guy, so we work pretty hard during the week, and then play hard at the weekends.
A few players have mentioned that the pre-match music in the dressing room is pretty much entirely down to you. What do you like inflicting on your teammates on a Saturday?
It's pretty difficult because everyone likes a little bit different. I know Lewis and a few other boys like to have a bit of dance music, but other people like just to have something sort of more recent from the charts and that sort of stuff. So it's good to have a good blend, and you got to try and please everybody, which is pretty hard. Yeah, no, you just got to keep it moving.
What's your own favourite CD at the moment, then?
I don't know. There's a few songs around the moment I quite like. Kings of Leon are pretty good at the moment, and the Pink songs, Nuke's favourite before the game. We all like to get around that one before a game, but it's as I said, it's just got to vary things around a little bit.
The trip up to the Mersey to face a Waterloo side whose only victory so far came at the expense of high-flying Cambridge awaits this week. What's the likelihood of the Reds making it a perfect 10?
Like I said, we're just taking each game as it comes. We're going to go up there pretty confident with 9-0, but we're under no illusions that they can cause an upset. They've beat a very good Cambridge side a couple of weeks ago. With a decent scoreline, so I mean we're under no illusions that we're going to go up there and walk over them. We're going to go up there and play the same rugby. We're going to be pretty direct, play in the right areas of the pitch. We're going to move the ball around, and hopefully the weather will stay good for us, so we can use our backs and use the likes of Lewis and Rob and head his pace out wide, and really try and stretch them and go hard on them really.
Paul Thirlby, thank you very much.
Thank you.